Howdy mates, good afternoon. How are we today? It marks Friday, August 16th, 2024. Hard to believe that even August is continuing to pass through rather quickly. I have made my return to what is known as Wildcat Den State Park. It's been a good minute since I've been over this way, over by Muscatine. And so I thought, you know what? It's approaching towards the finish of my weekend. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a final visit, because I'm in the process of nearly getting ready for a new chapter. And so stay tuned for that. Anywho, just ahead of us we have what is known as the Pine Creek Grist Mill. Now typically, in definition, grist means something, a material that is grinded into a powder. In this case, you're most likely thinking of flour. And that is indeed correct. Now, this particular mill worked with a variety of different grains, such as corn. I don't remember eating no corn. Sorry, Pops. I had to make that reference. Along with buckwheat, regular wheat, as well as rye. Now typically, what was most fascinating that I learned today was the fact that out of all of those grains, it is wheat that contains the highest concentration of gluten. And gluten is what enables the flour in a form to allow it to bind and stick together, and also allows the bread, like once it's baked with yeast, to rise much quicker. Whereas if you were to make bread with any of the other grains, corn or like cornbread, even with buckwheat, those contain less gluten. And so making bread out of those takes a little longer. That was an interesting little tidbit that I learned today. And you have to figure, this was built clear back in 1848, which is around the same year that the Bears Mill near my hometown was built in Greenville, Ohio. But in this case, we're near Muscatine, Iowa. And you have to think, going back during that time period, there weren't as many accessories, such as grocery stores, for example. The grist mill was by far one of the most important facilities back then, because that helped provide that food source. Interestingly, it is powered by water turbines, along with a steam engine. And what was particularly fascinating, complex in that sort, was the fact that there's separate elevators depending on the type of grain, and there's different chutes that lead to different sections of the mill that pertain to a specific process, depending on which grain it was. So just the fact that back then, just how mechanical it was, still remains quite impressive. And the miller needed to know what they were doing as well. because pretty much the livelihood of several families depended on them. So it is quite a neat honor that the Iowa Department of Natural Resources has preserved this old trestle bridge system that is rarely seen nowadays, along with a grist mill that is still operational, as a matter of fact. Alright, you guys, have a good one. Take care. And of course, Journey on a Journey is onwards. Take care, folks. See ya.